What's going on, everybody? You're listening to the newly rebranded Sports Media X podcast, formerly the S3 podcast. These are kind of sad times. We're rebranding. Not really rebranding, but making everything, what you say before, more streamlined.
Streamlined, yeah.
Okay,
so you always know it's us now.
Yeah, when I cover live sports through our own company, I cover as a credentialed member for Sports Media X, which is our brand.
Yeah.
So we decided, well, if our company's Sports Media X, then
Our podcast
Sports Media X podcast makes sense to make everything a little more. So that way everybody knows what the show's about. It's about sports versus trying to explain the S3, which is what I started with years ago, which for those of you that are watching on video, I was going to take this down, but this was one of the original banners that I had for the S3 Sports Show years ago.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of like one of those walk down memory lane moments, but it'll probably be gone by next weekend. Not completely gone. We'll have it somewhere around the house or we'll do something with it. But
yeah,
it's time to move on with the new brand. I like how the new brand looks. I like the colors. It's going to be really cool, especially when covering like ASU and they're in like maroon and gold and stuff like that. And we're almost matching them. So it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we drinking before we jump into what's first? What do you got?
I have had the Fever Tree ginger beer. Non-alcoholic for anybody curious.
All right. I am not a drinker at all, but it's fun to watch me and listen to me stumble through most of our show.
The show's going to be wild, y'all.
I am not a drinker at all, but I will, for the sake of entertainment, try and put down some stuff. Like, I'm not the type to, before I tell you what this is, which most of you have already seen it, I'm not the type that can drink a beer and be like, these hops, you can tell they've been through at least 3 tornadoes. And like, yeah, like I can't, I'm not that type. I'll be like, tastes good. That's my analysis, pretty much. Either it tastes good or it doesn't taste good. I mean, that's what it is. So today, I'm going against something that I never thought I would go against. We are drinking, I am drinking the Beast. It says hard, mean green. Take a look at that can. I love the can. If I'm judging it based on looks, I mean, that's the reason why I grabbed the can, because I think it looks freaking awesome. And it kind of goes with our new music, which, by the way, that was not the official intro. I was playing it earlier on and paused it, and we cut out the actual intro and just played the music. So 0 for 1 so far in the new rebrand. And I haven't even had any of this yet. So we're going to go ahead and knock this out. Hopefully throughout the show, it does have a 6.0 alcohol per volume. So she's cracked open. Obviously, that's what that noise is. So let me go ahead and pop this bad boy open and give it a taste. Give it a swig, shall we? I think I'm the only member of my family in the New England area, and we're out here in Scottsdale, Arizona, who doesn't drink. So they're just full of shame right now for me. Memories. Here we go. What's got? It smells like a monster. I mean, it smells like a green monster. Definitely smell a little bit of alcohol in there. Let's see what's up.
It's going to be dangerous as if you can't taste the alcohol at all, because then that's how you end up getting in trouble.
I mean, it tastes like a monster with a kick of alcohol. I mean, that's what it is.
This
is like the BFC cans. I used to drink 2 BFC monster cans every day to start my day when I was in the Army.
Okay.
There's a reason why they say the Army gets more done before 9 a.m. than most people get done all week. And that's because we're crazy enough to drink 2 of these before 9 a.m.
Right.
Just going around. All right. Anyway, what is first? Let's jump into it.
Headlines and horrible dad jokes.
All right. So the headlines may not be horrible, but the dad jokes definitely are. Use them at your own discretion of probably getting slapped by your 4-year-old daughter. You don't have any children because I would probably lose that fight every time. All right, headline number 1. Shohei Ohtani will miss his next pitching start tonight against the Arizona Diamondbacks due to knee irritation. He is scheduled to play, but he will be the team's designated hitter.
Right.
He'll also, by the way, because of this, miss the All-Star game Tuesday.
That sucks because he definitely deserves to be there. Although it's going to be good for us to not have him really fully playing tonight.
Well, he's still got the bat in his hand, so
I know. That's just the most dangerous part of the puzzle. Yeah.
He'll probably be like, "Oh, you guys made headlines for me," or however he speaks in Japanese. Like, you guys made headlines for me. You don't think I'm not going to be all right? Well, there's one shot to deep center. Oh, there's 2 second to right field. I can just see it already. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. So if I ever find the doctor who screwed up my limb replacement surgery, I'll kill him with my bare hands. Bare hand. I told you they're just bad. All right. Headline number 2: ESPN rumors. ESPN rumors that LeBron James is still looking at 6 teams as potential landing spots: Cleveland, Denver, Golden State, Miami, the Miami Heat, Minnesota, and Philadelphia. Also reported that James is not looking for his last payday. He's looking for a place for him and his family to be happy. What do you take by that? Like, he wants a ring. He's the ultimate ring chaser.
Yeah. So my first gut check reaction is just like, I don't believe any of that crap. Obviously, he's going to go for where he thinks he's going to get a ring, because that's all that matters to him. He wants that one last ring, or 2 or 3 last rings, because he is greedy before he leaves. But on the other side, that little dig at the Lakers about how he wants his family to be happy, he might really go somewhere and sacrifice the sure thing with the ring if he gets to play more court time with his son. That's the other side of that I got.
I don't even think his son is still under contract, a 2-way contract with the Lakers, I think.
Where he can't even leave yet.
He can't leave.
Because his whole, and my family has to be happy, makes me feel like there's that's a dig that's related to Bronny in some way. Like, he thought he was going to play with his son more. Not against his son, against the Lakers regarding his son.
Oh, but I would love to see Bronny lock him down. I would love it. I can already tell you right now, Bronny's a better defender than LeBron ever was. He just can't shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the problem. He didn't have the size LeBron does, so he can't just lower his shoulder, get in there for a layup and 2 free throws or whatever.
Well, all of the teams on that list, I think, too, are contenders. At least you got the Nuggets, you got the Warriors, you got the Heat, you got
well, let's look at this.
76ers. So
let's look at this. If he was purely chasing a ring, give me the top 3 teams, starting with your number 1, that you would think he would go to.
Well, this is weird because it's not necessarily. I think most people would assume Golden State, because they would assume that Steph Curry and LeBron would be unstoppable. But that doesn't, just because they're both stellar players doesn't mean they can play together, which would be the key factor in that, right? Like, you can't have a Scottie Pippen's Michael Jordan being in sync, or would never have worked. So I think personally, I think the 76ers, they're the ones that just stole Jaylen Brown, right?
Yeah, they didn't steal him. It was traded.
No, I'm going to say it how I say it.
Okay. You don't think we got enough.
I'm mad. So. Jaylen left me. He got stolen by the 76ers. That's what happened. So that would probably actually be my number 1. I would say the 76ers, and then I would say, honestly, I'd probably put the Nuggets over Golden State, and then it would be Golden State in my mind for ring chasing.
All right. I would say Cleveland number 1, so he can retire where his career started, and they're pretty good.
Yeah.
The only problem with Cleveland is you got Spider, you got James Harden, and neither one of them plays defense. So you add a third guy on the court
with no defense.
Doesn't play defense.
Right. Doesn't matter how much they score at that point. They can't outscore what they're letting. Yeah.
So that might be an issue, but that would be the story, like full circle, get him back to Cleveland. I wouldn't mind that one. You got Denver. He has the opportunity, like he likes smart players.
Mm-hmm.
And there's really not a smarter player in the NBA. I'm not talking about like IQ, but maybe high basketball IQ is Joker.
Yeah. Joker is that would be a dangerous combination too, because Joker has defense. So then the fact that LeBron does not isn't really going to affect the team as much because Joker can make up for it in theory.
Yeah, I mean, let's give LeBron some credit, which we rarely do. He's over 40.
Yeah.
And he's covering guys half his age.
Yeah.
The fact that he's still going, like I have always given him praise about his longevity. Mm-hmm. Always. It's amazing what he granted, he has a cryo chamber he gets to jump into.
Right.
Not everybody has access to that. If Larry Bird did, he would have added 5 years instead of getting out because of his bad back.
Right.
So, I mean, there is that. But I don't know. Denver, I think, is on the back end. I would put Minnesota on the back end as well.
Yeah.
They're both very cold places. And if he's going to go cold, he might as well go to Cleveland. So I would say Cleveland 1, Philly 2.
Okay.
And the Miami Heat 3, because Miami Heat made some moves in the offseason too to actually improve and give them kind of a Twin Towers move down low. So because they got Giannis. So they got Giannis, Bam Adebayo, and LeBron.
Yeah, that would be
really good. Really, really good. All right. And I think they still have Tyler Hero, or do they have Robinson? They traded one of them. I think they traded Hero, so I think they still have Duncan Robinson to run point if he can. All right. Anyway, so those are I would say Cleveland first because full circle, he's coming home.
Right.
Philadelphia and then Miami. I don't think Golden State or Minnesota or Denver really have a chance.
Golden State, to me, it's just I don't know that there's room on the same court for Steph Curry and LeBron James' egos. Like it would come down to them getting along or being able to play as teammates.
Not only that, but I don't think any one of them would play more than maybe 55 games out of the 82 game schedule. Because you have Steph, I mean, he's not the biggest guy on the court.
No,
he goes down quite often. Got LeBron. And then you got Draymond Green down low. He's about ready to retire as well.
Right.
So this is basically it would be the retirement tour.
Yeah.
So I don't see Golden State being the place, even though Steph has already started to say, "Hey, come play with us."
Yeah.
You know? So anyway, moving on to whoever stole my copy of Microsoft Office. I will find you. You have my word. I like that one. That was pretty good. Headline number 3, ESPN has ranked the Raiders tight end Brock Bowers over Cardinals tight end Trey McBride in their tight end power rankings. Even though McBride had a much better season last year due to Bowers' injury struggles, Bowers gets the nod as the number 1.
They're basically saying that if he hadn't been injured, he definitely would have done better.
Yeah, I think so. Plus, you really don't know. Even though I'm a big proponent of Jacoby Brissett, I don't think he's going to throw for 10,000 yards this season. I know he's older. He's not the type of guy that you want to run your team. You want to see youth come in and give you some hope for the future.
Yeah.
But McBride, Wilson, they both mesh very well with Jacoby. They both had career seasons with Jacoby last year. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Last year.
Yeah, he did. He tripled his touchdowns from any year prior. He had 9 touchdowns last year.
Right.
His best year before that, granted, it was only his 3rd year in the league, but his best year before that was only 3 touchdowns. He had 9.
Right, so he tripled.
Yeah.
He tripled himself.
You're so good at math. All right.
I don't know about all that, but
you'll like this one. Why'd the alternate universe Spider-Man do so well on his driving test?
I don't know.
He's an excellent parallel parker.
What I'm saying.
That one was pretty good. I like that one. For all you nerds out there, you're laughing. I can hear you. I can hear you. All right. Headline number 4. The MLB All-Star game is on Tuesday with the Home Run Derby on Monday in Philadelphia. So far, the participants include Phillies favorites Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper. Also included is Cardinals Jordan Walker, Red Sox Wilson Contreras, Royals Jack Caglianone. I've been drinking. It's okay. Yankees Ben Rice. I got that one. I'm pretty sure I got that one right. Ben Rice. And the Rays Junior Caminero, who the Diamondbacks never want to see again because he just came into town and hit a home run every single game he was here.
Yeah.
I personally, I think Caminero is going to get it. I would say Caminero, Rice, Contreras, even though the hometown Phillies fans will be cheering for either Schwarber or Bryce Harper. So Who do you got? If you had to pick one just off the top of your head, who's winning? I'm saying Caminero.
I don't really know any of these players all the way, so
you're not a baseball fan.
I am, but I don't know the players like I do with football. Ben Rice is the only name on that list I know, so we'll go.
The only one you know is a Yankee. We're Red Sox fans. Seriously?
Because the Yankees are loud and obnoxious. It's impossible to miss. Plus, we have like 4 or 5 of his cards.
So who are you picking? I've got Caminero to win the home run derby.
I'll go. I have to go with Ben Rice just because I think he's the only one I know.
Do you not know Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber? You know how much money they've won me in the past? All right. I don't get why bakers aren't wealthier. They make so much dough.
If only it translated like that. I would bake every day. I almost do already, but I would definitely make sure.
You're a really good baker. All right, what's next?
Here's to the good times. 5 reasons to toast Arizona sports.
All right. Do you want to start or you want me to start?
I do not care. You can take your pick.
Let's do this. I'll start. Okay. All right. So before training camp even begins, Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett spent part of his offseason organizing throwing sessions with several of Arizona's top offensive weapons, including Marvin Harrison Jr., the aforementioned Trey McBride, and Michael Wilson. With a new coaching staff and offensive system, building chemistry now could pay dividends when camp opens later this month. Here's to leadership. Jacoby Brissett championships aren't built on opening day. They're built during the offseason when nobody's watching. However, Cardinals fans, you're not thinking championships. Right now, anyway, we're probably years away from that. But here's to Jacoby's leadership. All right. Swig.
All right.
You're next. You're up.
What a turnaround. After difficult first 2 seasons in Arizona, Eduardo Rodriguez earned the first All-Star selection of his 11-year Major League career. He has become exactly the frontline starter the Diamondbacks hoped they were signing and has been one of the biggest reasons Arizona remains in the playoff conversation. So here's to perseverance. Sometimes your best chapter doesn't begin until everyone else stopped believing.
All right. Here's to Eduardo. All right. Sometimes one adjustment changes everything. After struggling for several weeks, Merrill Kelly decided to attack hitters instead of trying to be too perfect. The result was one of his best starts since May, featuring increased velocity, more swing and miss pitches, and a huge win for Arizona that was against San Diego. So here's to trusting yourself, attacking the challenge, and getting back to competing. Here's to Merrill Kelly's new approach. I love it.
Cheers.
I'm still standing.
I'm still standing. Oh, we don't have permission for that. All right. So the 2026 MLB draft begins this weekend, and the Diamondbacks own 2 selections of the first 31 picks. Every future All-Star starts with hearing his name called, and Arizona has a chance to add another cornerstone to an already talented organization. So here's to the future. We may not know their names today, but Arizona fans just might be cheering for them for the next decade.
Here's to Arizona's next generation. Let's do it.
I am excited to see about our draft choices, though. We've had some pretty decent look with rookies.
They need quite a bit. But if they can get a left-handed pitcher and maybe a corner offensive player, maybe third base,
okay,
that would be really, really good. Like wicked good. So wicked good. I'll be paying attention to the draft definitely on that. All right. This isn't about one game. It's about a message. By designating Pavin Smith for assignment and recalling Ryan Waldschmidt, the Diamondbacks showed they're willing to make difficult roster decisions in the middle of a playoff race. Waldschmidt has already been in the majors this season, but his recall gives him another opportunity to prove he belongs as Arizona reshapes its roster ahead of the trade deadline. So here's to earning another opportunity. And to an organization that's showing it's serious about winning, here's to Mike Hazen choosing to compete.
Cheers.
See you, Mike. Mike Hazen actually drafted Pavin Smith in 2017 with the seventh overall pick. So that must have been a very difficult decision because you're basically admitting, I screwed the pooch on that pick. All right. So no matter who you cheer for, one last cheers. Here's to the good times, Arizona.
Cheers.
Holy crap. It's like halfway gone already. All right. We still got a lot to go.
You're going to start feeling it soon.
Soon? All right. Mercury. What's next?
Mercury for 3.
Mercury for 3. Here are the top 3 Phoenix Mercury headlines for today. The number 1. The Mercury let a huge opportunity slip away at home. This is the biggest story. Phoenix lost 92-89 to the Indiana Fever Thursday night at Mortgage Matchup Center, despite Caitlin Clark not playing because of her back injury. The Mercury had a chance to build momentum at home against a shorthanded Indiana team, but couldn't close it out. The loss dropped Phoenix to 8-15 and further complicated its climb back into the playoff race. So the question is, was this the Mercury's most disappointing loss of the season? I mean, you could put it in there if this was the first time that they gave away a second half lead, but
I have to sound terrible, but you got to throw us so far on that sentence. But if they want to be serious contenders, they need to be able to defeat the Fever, especially with Caitlin Clark out. That's ridiculous. Like, you've got to be able to take them down because she is the linchpin for that whole team. Like, it would be like the Aces, Las Vegas Aces. That's another team you have to be able to beat if you want to be a contender in postseason. So,
yep.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad loss.
We're definitely going to find out more of that here coming up. All right, number 2. Alyssa Thomas continues to be the engine for the Mercury. There's zero surprise here. Even with the loss, Alyssa Thomas remains the player everything revolves around for Phoenix since returning from her one-game suspension after punching Caitlin Clark in the throat. That does not have to do with why she's out right now. Her throat is fine. She has continued to impact the game as a scorer, rebounder, facilitator, and defensive leader. The Mercury are at their best when the offense flows through Thomas, and her leadership will be critical to try to reverse this season.
Yeah.
Question. Yeah. Is Alyssa Thomas the Mercury's MVP?
Yes. She should also be team captain if she's not, but that's just like my own weird opinion of watching how she interacts with all the other girls.
I am going to
bring some together.
Another perspective. I'm going to say they do not come back without Kalia Copper continuing to score more than 20 points a game. She's leading the team in points. Thomas does a great job with filling up the stat sheet, like offense, rebounds, assists, points, obviously. But without Copper's offense, they may be a 2-win team. So I'd say Copper's a strong number 2, maybe even a number 1. Question is, can this roster compete with the league's elite when healthy? Yeah, they've shown that already.
Yeah, they're perfectly capable. It's just a matter of Well, like every Arizona team, you just got to take that final step.
My hot take on this, though, is without Alyssa Thomas, this team isn't in the playoff conversation at all. The downside is, if you think about it, because I think we're 23 games into the 44-game season, they basically have to go 15-6. They're going to need – they have 8 wins right now. They're going to need at least, in my opinion, 23 wins to make the playoffs. And they've got 8 right now, which means they have to go 15-6. The downside to that, the next 2 teams they play are Las Vegas and Minnesota, and those are the top 2 teams in the league on the road.
Well,
by the way,
this is a time to prove that you can. Look at it that way.
What happens?
Yeah.
All right, number 3, the playoff clock again is ticking. At 8-15, the Mercury are running out of time to make up the ground. The upcoming stretch becomes critical, with every game carrying added importance before the All-Star break. Phoenix has shown flashes of being competitive, but inconsistency has prevented the team from building sustained momentum. How many wins does Phoenix need before the All-Star break? I just said that. I think they need to make if they can win both of these games, I think that would be huge.
Yeah.
Let's concentrate on that. If they come out of these next 2 games 2-0 somehow, some way,
yeah,
then I think that they've got the momentum to get to where they want to go. If they lose both games, that's not good, because again, to make the playoffs, I think they have to go 15-6 over the last 21 games. It's going to be tough. What's the biggest issue? Defense, depth, or consistency? I think it's probably consistency.
Consistency. They've shown multiple times that they have the defense capabilities. They're just not consistently showing those capabilities every game. So,
well, that and the scoring end has come up short multiple times.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an issue. All right. Next up,
NASCAR
next 2 weeks. I'm sorry, I was just going to say the next 2 weeks may determine whether the Mercury are fighting for a playoff spot or playing for pride in the second half. I wrote that down, but I will say I think it's the next 2 games. Even if they lose both of them, how do they lose them?
Right. They at least got to be competitive during those. Agreed.
All right. What's next?
NASCAR top 5 news and notes at Lime Rock and Echo Park.
Do you know where Lime Rock is?
I would just guess Arkansas straight by the name without any idea what else is going on. But I want to say Echo Park is in Atlanta, right? So then it would make sense. Echo Park is
in Atlanta. 2 points for you.
It would make sense if Lime Park was also in Atlanta, but I don't know for sure.
Lime Rock is in Connecticut.
Okay. Lime Rock.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about that truck series. It is the Liuna, which I like. Every year I can say the Liuna 150 at Lime Rock Park. Top 5 storylines for this race. Number 1, Lane Briggs is becoming the championship favorite. It's becoming obvious. Briggs enters Lime Rock with a 65-point lead over Caden Honeycutt, the largest advantage anyone has held this season. He's won 3 of the last 5 races and is the only driver running an active top 10 streak.
Nice.
Dominance. Number 2, road course specialists finally get their chance. Lime Rock is the 4th road course of the season, the most road course races ever on a truck schedule. Yes, for the trucks. Road racing is becoming a legitimate championship factor instead of simply surviving one weekend. What do you think of the road courses? Do you like road courses? Or you just
I do. And I know I probably shouldn't, but they add like a whole other dimension to racing as a whole. So you can't just be a drafting expert and kill it. Like you have to also be able to do the road courses, also be able to do the whatever the little middle guy course kind of is called, the ovals. But it I like it. I like that they're including it more with the trucks too. I feel like it's riskier with trucks because making all those turns in a truck, but it's adding a whole new element to the racing in general, because just like you just said, instead of having to just make it through one race a year, now there's 4, which means you have to figure out how to do them.
Not just in the truck series, but they have it in the O'Reilly series and they have it in the Cup series. But I think it opens up a pathway for Indy racers and F1 racers to be like, maybe I can make it in NASCAR. You know? So I think that's pretty cool. All right. Number 3, can anyone stop Tricon and Front Row Motorsports? Those organizations have combined for 9 consecutive road course victories, making them the clear benchmark entering Connecticut. I can't think of anybody outside. Like, I don't think Hendricks has a truck that can compete. So
yeah, I don't think so either.
Going to be interesting. Maybe Raja. Maybe Raja. All right. NASCAR's new fan experience, number 5, Lime Rock, is opening the Truck Series Garage to general admission fans, creating one of the most unique weekends on NASCAR calendar. Now, for us, when we go to a Cup Series race, we have to buy the overly priced infield passes
to get
there, and then hope we can find a seat in the shade.
Yeah.
To basically watch the race on the big screen.
Yeah.
And that's how we get access to the garages. So.
Yes.
But you know what, though? Still worth it.
It is. It is. It would be pretty cool, though, to have general admission and get to see the garage. And it's just for the truck race. But that's pretty awesome. I think that's cool that they did it that way.
Like it. All right. So the schedule this weekend for the Craftsman Truck Series, the race is on Saturday, July 11th. This is a 1.478 mile asphalt paved road course, so it's not that big. All right. The date again, Saturday, July 11th. The time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The purse, $789,000. You can watch it on FS1, which we probably will, at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Radio NRN or Sirius XM NASCAR channel 90. Distance for this race, 147.8 miles. That is 100 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 30. Stage 2 ends on lap 60. And the final stage ends on lap 100. The DFS strategy for all you people on DraftKings and FanDuel that are playing this out. Your cash game, Corey, you're looking at Lane Riggs, obviously, Corey Heim, and Caden Honeycutt. Tournament plays, I got Gio Ruggiero, Roger Caruth, and Grant Enfinger. Your value plays for this race, Ty Majeski and Tanner Gray. I would fade drivers starting deep in the field with poor road course history and expensive mid-pack qualifiers without place differential upside. So stay away from like not so much stay away from the teens, but stay away from like 15 to like 11. But if you can pick them up and they're a good price, 16 to 19, pick them up. Anywhere further back than that, if they're a good road course driver, pick them up because you get good point differential, place differential. All right. Favorites, we already talked about it. Lane Riggs. My winning pick will be Lane Riggs. Sleepers, I mentioned him. Maybe an upset, Raja Caruth. We'll see what happens. See if Hendrick can pull it out. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. It is the Focus Health 250. Top 5 storylines. Number 1, Austin Hill owns Atlanta. No one has mastered drafting tracks like Austin Hill. He's got 5 Atlanta victories. He's got 5 wins in the last 8 Atlanta races. That's dominance.
That is
nearly 2/3 of his career laps led have come on drafting tracks. First-time winners keep coming. Number 2, the last 2 Atlanta races produced first-time winners. That's Nick Sanchez and Sheldon Creed, continuing the unpredictable drafting track trend.
So it could be a little shakeup.
Could be a little bit of a shakeup. Number 3, last lap drama is almost expected. 2 of the last 3 Atlanta races ended with a pass for the lead on the final lap. I am feeling this monster beast. Pretty good right now. I'm down to about just under half of it right now. So I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty good. I am. All right. What number am I on?
4.
Number 4. All right. See, at least you haven't been drinking. All right. Can Chevrolet continue its dominance? Chevrolet has won 7 of the last 8 Atlanta races, but drafting races can change manufacturers' fortunes in a hurry.
It could take an interesting turn this weekend because Toyota has been on fucking fire this season. Yep. So we'll see if they manage to finally surpass Chevy on a draft.
Number 5, Jake Finch gets a huge opportunity. Junior Motorsports gives Jake Finch another opportunity in the number 9 Chevrolet after showing promise in limited starts before. So look for Finch. All right. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Series schedule. Next race is Focus Health 250 against at Echo Park Speedways, a 1.54 mile asphalt paved oval. The date, Saturday, July 11th. The time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The purse, $1.661 million. You can watch on TV on the CW at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Radio, PRN, Sirius XM, NASCAR Channel 90. Distance, 251.02 miles. That is 163 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 45. Stage 2 ends on lap 90. And the final stage ends on lap 63. DFS strategy for this race. Your cash core. Your core 3, Austin Hill, Justin Allgaier, Jesse Love. Tournament plays, Carson Kvapil, Corey Day, and Sheldon Creed. Your value in this race, depending on where they are, is Brandon Jones, Sammy Smith, and Ryan Sieg. Fade drivers qualifying inside the top 5 with limited drafting track history. And low upside veterans starting in the mid-pack. My favorite in this one, I already mentioned him, Austin Hill. He's my winning pick. I want you to fade Sammy Smith. That's a salary versus ceiling move. And my upset pick of the day is Mr. Day. That's Corey Day. Look for him for the potential upset. NASCAR Cup Series, it's the Quaker State 400. Top 5 storylines. Denny Hamlin has taken control.
Yeah, he did it. He did it. He finally got past. Reddick was hanging on there by the skin of his teeth for a minute, but
he's extended his lead over Reddick. Hamlin now leads Tyler Reddick by 44 points, gaining 173 points over the last 7 races and becoming the overwhelming favorite for the regular season championship. God, I would love, just as a NASCAR fan, to see Denny win the championship this year.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
He deserves to have that at least once.
Yeah, like career. That would be the ultimate end of his career. I don't know if he'd retire after, but that would be a mic drop moment. Because he wouldn't be done with NASCAR because, oh, by the way, he's still part of the
2311 team. He's got his own team and drivers.
So there is that. Yeah. Some guy named Michael Jordan's the other owner. Number 2, Tyler Reddick needs a bounce back after looking unbeatable early in the year. Reddick has averaged just 12.8 points over the last 5 races, suffering crashes, mechanical failures, and bad luck.
I even feel like his fire has faded a little bit. I'm not going to say it went out or anything that dramatic because it didn't, but he came as a roaring fire, and now he's just like a normal fire. I don't know what happened there.
It's a spark. He's there. Kyle Larson's winless streak reaches 43. One of NASCAR's biggest stars still hasn't visited victory lane in over a year, despite running near the front nearly every week.
That's got to be frustrating.
Absolutely. Atlanta's been one of his worst tracks, too, with 6 DNFs in those last 9 starts, which means he's wrecked.
Yes.
So that's not good.
Probably can see it again. I don't want to speak that into being.
Wrecked him, damn near killed him. All right. What is in this? All right. Hold on.
Number 4.
Number 4, playoff bubble Titans. Eric Jones currently holds up. We're actually seeing if I could last till the end of this, is what it is. Eric Jones currently holds the final playoff position by just 4 points over Ryan Preece, while Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and AJ Allmendinger continue to chase. Imagine if the news actually cracked open a beer at the beginning of how it would be at the end of like 2 hours.
Got like progressively like more in depth.
You just got a line of like empty shot glasses in front of them. They have to take like a shot every segment. Like,
would it be anything like drunk history?
That drunk history is hilarious. Number 5, Atlanta produces chaos every time. Most winners don't make the winning pass until the final 2 laps, and nearly every drafting track race ends in a photo finish. Strategy may matter less than simply surviving. So let's talk about the race itself. Here's the schedule. NASCAR Cup Series, next race, Quaker State 400, available at Walmart, and apparently only Walmart. I don't know, maybe. The place is the Echo Park Speedway. That is Atlanta. Track length 1.54 miles. We mentioned that already. The date, Sunday, July 12th. The time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The purse, $11.233 million. It is on TV, TNT, kicking off at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen on radio, PRN, or Sirius XM NASCAR Channel 90. It's a good thing that I only read these when I'm buzzed and not writing these things when I'm buzzed. The distance on this
what the hell did you write?
The distance is 400.4 miles, 260 laps. Outstanding. All right. I just had like boogers come out of my nose live on air. That's awesome.
Keeping it real, folks.
Reasons why you should tune in. Let's see if he makes it. All right. Distance 400.4 miles, 260 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 60. Stage 2 ends on lap 160. And the final stage ends on lap 260. The DFS strategy for this. Now, this, again, my strategies all depend on based on where they qualify. I mean, that has a big part to do with it. But looking ahead, these are my favorites. And this is what I look at. So Atlanta is essentially a super speedway. Don't build lineups around Dominator points. Your priority for this one, you're looking at place differential. You're looking at manufacturer drafting alliances, who works best with who, drivers with consistent drafting track history, or I should say winning drafting track history. Multiple lineup builds in this one. Avoid stacking teammates exclusively because the big one can eliminate an entire manufacturer. Your cash core in this one, I like Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, and Chase Elliott. Your tournament plays, I like Carson Hocevar because he won Talladega. I like Ross Chastain, the watermelon farmer. And then Daniel Suarez as well does really good at drafting tracks. Value plays in this one towards the back of the pack, Zane Smith, maybe not in the back of the pack, Chris Buescher or Bubba Wallace, but they are cheaper than the favorites. Fade, stay away from Kyle Larson, 43 race winless streak. I know he'll probably eventually win, and you want to be the one that said, I picked him.
I called it.
But you'll be the one that's most disappointed. 43 race winless streak, 6 DNFs at the new Atlanta, 0 drafting track wins in 56 starts.
Yeah.
Also fade the guy, Denny Hamlin. Outstanding season, but only 2 top 10 finishes in his last 15 drafting track races. No top 5 finishes at the reconfigured Atlanta. My favorites in this one, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick. See if you can get one or at least 2 of them on your team. My winning pick, Ryan frickin' Blaney. Everything points toward Blaney finally cashing in. He enters Atlanta on a career best 7 race top 10 streak. Has one of the best records on the reconfigured Atlanta. Consistency scores, stage points on drafting tracks, and Team Penske traditionally excels on this style of racing. Potential upset, the watermelon farmer, Ross Chastain, 2-time Atlanta runner-up. Excellent drafting track history, improving recent form, typically overlooked in DFS ownership. And if the leaders crash late, Chastain is one of the most likely drivers to capitalize. We're heading into week 3 of NASCAR's 5-week in-season tournament. Oh, by the way, at Echo Park Speedway in Atlanta. After the second round at Chicagoland, the field has been trimmed to 8 drivers. Tournament has also produced several major upsets already. Biggest second round upsets? Well, we got number 32, Alex Bowman, your guy, defeated number 16, Austin Cindric. We got number 25, Todd Gilliland, defeating Carson Hocevar, number 9 seed. We got the number 12 seed, Chase Briscoe, taking down number 5, Ty Gibbs. We got the number 11, William Byron, taking out number 6, Kyle Larson. And number 10, Christopher Bell, defeated number 7, Chris Buescher.
Yep.
Team still alive. The Elite 8 breaks down like this. Hendrick Motorsports has 3 drivers. Joe Gibbs Racing has 3 drivers. And Team Penske and Front Row Motorsports both have a driver apiece. Quarterfinal matchups in Atlanta. Based on the surviving seeds, the bracket for this weekend is number 1, Denny Hamlin versus number 2, Alex Bowman. Who do you got?
I don't think Alex could beat Denny. He's my favorite driver, but realistically speaking, I don't see that happening. Really? It is a drafting track, but still.
I think you might regret that pick. I think this could be the biggest upset of the entire tournament. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call it right now.
I would like that.
Number 4, Ryan Blaney versus number 25, Todd Gilliland. I don't think this is a competition.
No.
I'm gonna go with Ryan freaking Blaney.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, Tyler Reddick. Are you cracking open another one?
No, I dropped something. I was putting it back on my desk.
All right, number 2, Tyler Reddick versus number 12, Chase Briscoe.
Well, Tyler could probably beat Chase.
I think Tyler can beat Chase.
Yeah.
I go Tyler. Number 3, Chase Elliott. Speaking of Chase, the other Chase, versus number 10, Christopher Bell.
So I always feel a little bit like I got to go on Bell's side of things because, I always call him the ninja. You're not even counting him. He's not even in the top 10, and then all of a sudden he's winning the race, and you're like, what? He's getting second place out of nowhere. He just creeps up in the last 5 laps. So and Elliott's just not having since a stellar season or anything. So I'm gonna go Bell.
I'm starting to lean on the desk a little bit. All right. My picks that I wrote down before I started drinking, by the way. I got Denny Hamlin over Alex Bowman. Hamlin has completely taken over the regular season championship battle, leading Tyler Reddick by 44 points after getting 173 points over the past 7 races. I've got Ryan Blaney over Todd Gilliland. Blaney enters Atlanta on a career-best 7-race top 10 streak and has one of the strongest records on the reconfigured Hotlanta. I got Chase Briscoe over Tyler Reddick. This is my upset. Reddick has been dominant on drafting tracks this season, but his recent form has cratered with finishes of 25th, 36th, and 36 in 3 of the last 4 races. Briscoe is trending in the opposite direction after his Chicagoland win. I also have Christopher Bell over Chase Elliott. Bell is still looking for his first win of the season, but has finished runner-up 4 times and continues to show race winning speed nearly every week. My predicted final 4.
Wrist is feeling better.
Let's see if I can nail this. Final 4. Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, and Christopher Bell.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, the winner of the 2026 NASCAR In-Season Challenge receives $1 million in prize money and the title of In-Season Challenge Champion and the accompanying bragging rights.
Yes.
All right, what's next?
Pack Wars.
I actually have to read now. All right.
Do you want me to do it?
All right, Pack Wars. Today we're digging back into our brand new Dawn Rush 2025 400 card set. We're going to do 15 at a time as always. So who wins this week's Pack Wars? Put your pick in the comments. You lost last week by a very large margin.
I did.
Large margin. All right. Wow. What movie was that?
I don't remember, but it
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I just pulled out a Pee-wee's Big Adventure quote. Can I get some props for that? Holy cow. All right. You go first. Who you got?
Okay. My first card is Jaden Daniels.
All right.
Quarterback for the Commanders.
Pretty good. My first card, wide receiver for the Chargers, Quentin Johnson. Q.
Okay.
Pick that up. Ooh. All right.
And I've got, I'm not sure how to say his name all the way, Ashton Jalot.
Jalot?
Chiefs.
Ooh, okay. Defensive end. All right. I've got Calvin Ridley. Put in the comments who you think is winning or has won Pack Wars for this week after I destroyed her again last week. All right, move it on.
My brain does not want to function. Oh, it is the Bears. Okay, Devin Hester, Bears.
Wow, Hall of Fame returner, Devin Hester. That's got some points on that one. I've got not a Hall of Famer, but an Arizona Cardinal, Greg Dortch.
Okay. I know the name Dortch.
Right.
Jamal Charles, running back, Chiefs.
Wow, you got some throwbacks. That's a good one. So far, you're kicking my ass.
I got a lot of good throwbacks.
Former New England Patriot. Hopefully, he comes back to the Patriots. Stephon Diggs.
Stephon. So we have two of him now as a Patriot. I like that.
Yep.
Jeff Garcia. He was a quarterback for the 49ers.
49ers. Absolutely. I like your stack so far. I've got Tetsuroa from the University of Arizona. McMillan, number 1 wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers.
This one I know is a throwback that was also a bit controversial, but most people in the Valley loved him. So Jake Plummer.
Heck yeah. When you talk about like the most popular quarterbacks, you got maybe Kurt Warner in front of Jake Plummer, but depending on who you talk to, sometimes it's Jake Plummer in front of Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Speaking of throwback quarterbacks, how about some Terry Bradshaw? Who doesn't like Terry Bradshaw?
Terry. I love Terry Bradshaw. He's awesome. Bucky Irving, Buccaneers.
Oh, yeah. How about the guy that the Patriots signed to a $100 million contract and then gave his job to Tom Brady? I'm talking about Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe.
Mike Rozier, Oilers.
Ooh, very nice.
Definitely going back in time there. The Oilers and everything.
I've got Jerome Ford running back for the Browns.
And this is the only player that I like on this team, and I like him a lot, and I wish we could steal him. Garrett Wilson on the Jets.
I think he wishes somebody would steal him.
I would love if the Pats picked him up. We have a lot of wide receivers, but still.
Yeah, we do. From the Denver Broncos, wide receiver Troy Franklin, everybody.
Tyler Lockett, wide receiver Titans.
I got another Arizona Cardinal, which means I'm probably losing this week, but his name is cornerback Will Johnson. Willie, big Willie style. All right.
Got Devonta Smith of the Eagles.
Devonta Smith. This year, number 1 beat. Now that AJ is with the Patriots, he's the number 1 receiver. You're kicking my ass this week. Oh, I have a guy from your secondary favorite team.
Uh-oh.
Let's go with tight end Sam Laporta.
Okay, Laporta's awesome.
Yep, it is Sam, isn't it? Yes, it is.
I've got Travis Etienne on the Jaguars.
Very nice. I've got a big guy down below. I've got defensive tackle for the San Francisco 49ers. At least I am recognizing when I'm messing
happening.
up my words. Alfred Collins, ladies and gentlemen, big guy in the middle. All right.
Marte Mapu, Patriots. Not sure if I said his name
nice. Right. Very nice. I've got, Mapu's correct. Yep. The number 1 running back probably for my fantasy team this year, and pretty much the only player on the Miami Dolphins that you should have an interest in. It's Devon Achane.
Achane. Yep. Got Jalen Polk from the Patriots.
Ooh, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yourself a Pat's card there. I got Kenneth Gainwell when he was on the Eagles at the time, but Steelers. I think he went someplace else now. He's not on the Steelers anymore either, I don't think. Did he go back to Philly? Maybe. I don't know.
I saved my best card for last. I'm pretty sure I win, by the way. So, Drake May! In the red shirt.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Drake May.
A little upset about that one. I got Baker Mayfield as my final card. You seriously? You pulled in Drake May as a final card?
In a final card competition, I definitely beat Baker. That's all right.
Yeah, all right, what's next? You won this week.
Media story time with JD.
I'm not a sore loser, but there is a reason why I'm drinking heavy today. So media story time. So I get asked a lot, like, what's it like having the access that I have as a press member? I'm credentialed press with the Arizona Diamondbacks and Arizona State football. I don't cover all sports because I just can't get to all the games. You see how busy we are running 2 businesses. online. I just don't have the time to cover every sport. But I've had some really cool memories so far over the last, let's say, decade plus of being in the sports media world when it comes to the Arizona Diamondbacks, because they've always treated me very well.
Yeah.
I do not show up
Great
inebriated when I cover. So that's probably a good thing. They are a great organization. They're very friendly to media, especially smaller companies. They give you an opportunity to grow, which is amazing. So when I cover sports, live games, when I have a press credential, I am usually there. Like, I'm the 4-year-old kid on Christmas Eve that wants to wake his parents up at 3 a.m. Like, that's me when I'm covering games.
Yeah.
Like, I like to get there early. I like the quiet when I get there, but because I love watching sports, and I've been watching sports and loving sports for over 40 years now, sometimes I will sit there and I will watch the game on the field, even though there's nobody on the field. Real sports fans understand this, right? Like, I know the exact spot that Gonzo hit his single to win in Game 7 of the World Series against the Yankees.
Yeah.
I will watch that over and over again, that moment in my head, right?
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of great moments live as well in that stadium, but I've also had some pretty cool moments in the press box. So I show up early, and I'm usually the first, second, or third. Like right now, Steve Gilbert, who works for MLB and has been covering the Diamondbacks basically since their inception, he always beats me. And I don't understand how, but he's always there before me. And other than that, nobody else is usually in the press box.
Right.
And this particular year, I had full season credentials because I wasn't covering any other sports or building a business brand as well. So I had an assigned seat. I had my name on it and everything. It was third row, back left, right behind visiting team media, which I like because I got to make relationships, create relationships with the visiting teams when they were in town. So I show up, and I notice, I didn't look directly at him, but I noticed somebody sitting in my seat. My seat. The entire press box is empty. This guy's sitting in my seat, reading a newspaper.
Right.
Now, at the time, and I'm kind of still this way, I don't want to ruffle any feathers. Like, I'm a nobody in the media world. I embrace that because I love being the nobody that gets the access through my own company that most people have to work for another company to get. So I embrace being a nobody, and I don't want to ruffle that. Okay? I don't want to mess that up, ever. But I wanted to send a clear message that you're kind of in my seat. So the entire press box is empty. There are unassigned seats in like a third of it where it just says open. You can go and sit there, right? I take the seat right next to the guy in an open press box, directly next to him. There's 100 seats. I start setting up right next to him.
Yeah.
Get my laptop out, get my paperwork out, get my notes out, start working. Like, who the hell does this guy think he is? And then he speaks. It's like, these guys call this a lineup. This isn't a lineup. Who the hell put together this lineup? And I'm thinking in my head, who the hell do you think you are? You're some nobody reading a newspaper. You're not downstairs. You're not making these decisions. I didn't say this out loud, but I'm thinking it.
Yeah.
So my answer was, yeah, I know, right? It's exactly what I said. I was like, right? Jeez. And I turned and looked to him, and there he is, Hall of Fame manager, by the way, Tony La Russa, sitting in my spot reading a newspaper. Like, how's your day going, Tony? Oh, it's good. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. And we talked a little bit back and forth, nothing personal, not how you doing, who are you for one. He never asked that, which is cool. He treated me like a regular guy, which is awesome. And I play this game. It's a free game. I don't gamble. on baseball or college football because I cover that as media.
Yeah.
But I do play the free game on MLB app. It's called Beat the Streak. And the goal for Beat the Streak is you have to pick one hitter. You can pick two to try and double up, but then your odds go down to actually make it. You have to pick one player per day to try and get a hit. And if you get that right for 56 straight days, or if you do two a day and get that right for 28 straight days, I haven't had another drink yet, then you win $5.6 million. I think the longest I win is like 21 days. But anyway, on this day, the first time meeting Tony La Russa, who I actually have a signed baseball from right here.
Yeah.
On this day, I told him, I was like, hey, Tony, so I'm thinking about using like Paul Goldschmidt and JD Martinez in my Beat the Streak tonight. Now, I didn't know JD wasn't starting because the lineup didn't get released yet, but he goes, oh, no, not tonight. You want David Peralta and you want Brandon Drury. Honestly, to this point, I never knew who the hell Brandon Drury was. I knew Peralta. He was the clown on the team. He was one of the fan favorites all the way until he left. Great guy. I didn't know who the hell Brandon Drury was, even though I was a media member and I had access to the clubhouse. I've never talked to him once.
Right.
So, the end of the game, Goldschmidt did get a hit. He got one hit.
Mm-hmm.
Peralta got a couple hits, and Brandon Drury got a few hits, including the walk-off hit to win the game that night.
Right.
The guy that Tony La Russa told me to put in my lineup won the game, not just on any hit, but under the most pressure, the walk-off hit. He had a single to right field. Won the game. So I go down to the clubhouse afterwards. Well, I go down and do the manager interview first, as Al Media does, and then you go into the clubhouse. I go to the clubhouse, and everybody's talking to Brandon. Now, when you go into the clubhouse, they usually have 2 or 3 players that absolutely have to stay. It's usually the guy that gets the game-winning hit, the starting pitcher, regardless of how good he does, and then maybe one other player. But you got 2 or 3 that usually stay behind it. Everybody else showers, and they're gone.
Leave.
They want to get out. So I waited for everybody to ask their questions patiently for Brandon Drury, and then I told him, I said, Brandon, so I had you tonight in my Beat the Streak. He goes, oh, cool. I said, Tony told me to start you. I had JD and Paul in my lineup. And he goes, Tony told you I was going to have a good night? I was like, yeah. He goes, next time he tells you that, you come tell me.
Right.
But that one moment told me just the genius of the guy. He wasn't a manager at the time. He was an advisor for the Diamondbacks.
Right.
But there was a reason he was a friggin' advisor. And he's been a multi-time World Series championship manager.
Yeah.
Like, he knows his stuff. And I will never, ever go up against anything that Tony La Russa says until the day he is no longer involved in baseball and beyond.
Right.
I don't even care if it has to do with baseball. If Tony says it, we're doing it. That's it. So that's my story from the press box for today. Oh, it's been a good show. I've got about this much left in here, and I'm still standing. All right. We could sing it if I could sing, and I can't, so I won't. I shan't. All right. Is that a word? I don't even know. I know shart is, and I do that all the time. All right. Moving on. Lydia, make sure that you like, follow, subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, please, for the love of God, let these old people in front of you on your screen enjoy sports and continue to work in the sports media world by liking our page. We are going through a rebrand again. The S3 podcast is no longer, it is the Sports Media X podcast to go with our Sports Media X media coverage. There will be a brand new website, by the way. CoachJeffDemers.com currently houses both our business stuff and our sports stuff, but both of them are growing really well. So we have to kind of separate them so that Google can give us the traffic that we want without actually having to pay Google.
Right.
It's a business decision. So sportsmediax.net will hopefully be up in the coming weeks. I have to build that from scratch. I should probably do it sober. If you have a beer recommendation or a drink recommendation for me, put it in the comments. Hit me up. Let me know. I will definitely try it. I'm not trying to get drunk. I actually like more of a fruity beer, like a Blue Moon, something like that. I like something with like an orange taste, something like that. So if there's a recommendation out there that you want to see me try live on air again, I am not a drinker. I'm a thinker, but not when I'm drinking. Mostly thinking. Where am I going with this?
We're trying to wrap it up, but you keep.
This is going on way too long. Lydia, what are the final words?
Keep loving sports.